You're looking at a tornado that touched down in Bismarck, North Dakota, less than 24 hours ago. Storm activity across the northern tier, the Central Plains, has been very active here recently. There are no hurricanes out here in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, or the Gulf right now as I do this video. There's a little bit of activity over here in the Eastern Pacific, but more than likely won't materialize to anything. However, a tornado did materialize last night in Bismarck, as you saw in that first photo that I shared with you guys. And here's the video footage out of Bismarck. You saw the photo at the beginning of the video. This video was taken by Ian at 10:45 last night as this tornado was spotted just outside of Bismarck. North Dakota has seen multiple tornadoes this year, and here's another one to add to the list. You can hear the sirens in the background. That is yet another example of a tornado in the northern tier. That is a classic tornado. And as you can see, it's getting darker and darker. That means it's pulling up more debris from the ground, typically dirt when it gets dark like that. Sometimes you'll see large chunks of debris swirling around the top of the tornado. I've actually seen that myself one time back many, many years ago when a tornado jumped across a major highway in central Illinois, clipped a barn, and the barn got lifted up into the top of the tornado, swirling around the top. And then, of course, the dirt in the field turned the vortex dark brown. But there's yet another example of a tornado. And as you can see, the atmosphere has been primed and loaded with energy. And speaking of energy, here's a weird one for you. Going to Tenino, Washington, C being 6/27 of 2025 last night at 8:18 p.m. Watch up here on the top of this hillside. You're going to see a strange pink pulse. That's what compelled them to take the video. What in the world is going on there? Are you serious right now? You can see it from way back here, probably 2 miles away, just over the top of that hillside right there, once again in Washington. And going from pink pulses to the stovepipes again. Here's another example of this strange phenomena we've seen now twice. This is the third time. This photo was taken out of Ontario by DJ Orman from just a couple of days ago. This is photo number 2, and coming up is photo number 3. He too was very taken back by what he was seeing here. It was almost as if the clouds were reaching down, making contact with the ground. But unlike the situation up here in North Dakota, this wasn't a vortex. It wasn't spinning. And once again, this is the third separate time we've seen this exact same phenomena. These things appear to be the exact same size. And once again, they're touching the ground, but not necessarily doing anything. Have a couple of mysterious crafts to share with you guys. One's in the daytime sky, one's in the nighttime sky. Starting off over here in Andover, Kansas, Krista, 6/26 of 2025. The last 72 hours have been very busy. All kinds of strange things going on. She was driving down the road when she looked over and saw this in the daytime sky. Looked like some sort of a mysterious craft. Didn't look like an airplane. Didn't look like a helicopter. Had 3 white points of what appeared to be light, but they weren't blinking, wasn't making any noise, didn't appear to have any wings or tail fins, just looked out of place. Here it is in a slightly modified format. Look at that thing, whatever that thing is, above Kansas. Is that a triangle craft? Is it some sort of a UFO? It's certainly not a helicopter.
Are you looking for the most affordable way to add electric cooling and heating to your older home? If that's the case, then you're going to want to take a look at this new system.
Or an airplane, way too big to be a drone, and it did have one lone light right there in the center. So some sort of a mysterious craft spotted above Kansas. And speaking of mysterious crafts, this one here takes the cake. Video out of Henderson, Nevada, from yesterday, 6/27 at 10:45 p.m. Sent in by Jay, taken by Glitarian LAC. Check this out. They were driving down the road, and right here, I believe they were sitting at an intersection, and they noticed this over here, stationary in the sky. There's a large craft right there, guys, and watch what it does. At the present time, it's perfectly still with the exception of the blinking lights. Didn't appear to be making any noise. Definitely wasn't a helicopter. It was way too big and way too quiet, and certainly wasn't an airplane because it's stationary, just remaining perfectly still, at least for the time being, in the sky. They took off from the intersection. So did this thing. What in the world is going on here? Talk about a huge, mysterious looking craft. That's their GPS. This was spotted in Henderson, Nevada, just outside of town. Are you serious right now? Look at how tall that thing is. And all we can do is go based off of the lights that we can see. We see a row of lights across the bottom and then some blinking lights more than likely across the top of that craft. And it wasn't making any sound. Doesn't appear to have any type of wings or tail fins. Here I modified the format. Light is dark, dark is light. Just a very simple inversion. Again, you know what I was doing? I was trying to pull forward any possible features, and all we could see was just the lights. But you get the idea. There was a large craft that wasn't a blimp, plane, or a helicopter.